With trade tensions simmering and new challenges on the horizon, could the US-China trade war be reloaded? Dive into the past, present, and future of this global rivalry and its impact on the world economy. China versus Trump. Trade war reloaded? The trade war between the US and China, which escalated between 2018 and 2020, has had a profound impact on global trade, the economy, and the relationship between the two largest economies in the world. This confrontation was driven by multiple factors, including trade imbalances, intellectual property theft, and the growing economic and technological rivalry between the two nations. Background: the 2018 to 2020 US-China trade war. The trade war between the US and China officially began in 2018 when the Trump administration imposed tariffs on Chinese imports, citing the need to correct long-standing trade imbalances and address unfair trade practices such as intellectual property theft, forced technology transfers, and state subsidies for Chinese firms. Key milestones in the 2018 to 2020 US-China trade war. 1. 2018 tariffs and escalation. March 2018. The Trump administration imposed tariffs of 25% on steel and 10% on aluminum, citing national security concerns. July 2018. The U.S. placed 25% tariffs on $34 billion worth of Chinese goods, mainly targeting high-tech sectors like machinery and electronics. September 2018. Trump imposed a 10% tariff on an additional $200 billion worth of Chinese imports, with the aim of pressuring China to comply with U.S. demands for reform. 2. China's retaliation. In response, China placed tariffs on U.S. goods, including agricultural products, with soybeans and pork being among the hardest hit. 3. The Phase 1 deal, January 2020. In this agreement, China pledged to purchase an additional $200 billion worth of U.S. goods, including agricultural products, energy, and manufactured goods, over the next 2 years. Economic impact of the trade war. 2018-2020, U.S. economy. According to estimates from the Federal Reserve, the tariffs imposed during the trade war resulted in a cumulative cost of about $7.8 billion per month for U.S. consumers and businesses. China's economy. The Chinese economy also suffered, with growth slowing as a result of decreased demand for its exports. According to the World Bank, China's GDP growth rate fell from 6.9% in 2017 to 6.1% in 2019. Its lowest growth rate in nearly 3 decades. Global trade. The trade war also had global implications. Key issues of the US-China trade war. The trade war was characterized by several key issues that continue to shape US-China relations. 1. Intellectual property theft and technology transfer. One of the central points of contention was China's policies regarding intellectual property, IP, theft and forced technology transfers. 2. Trade imbalances. The U.S. had a significant trade deficit with China, with the U.S. importing far more goods from China than it exported. 3. China's state-supported industrial policy. The U.S. argued that China's heavy support for its state-run companies created an uneven playing field, making it difficult for private U.S. companies to compete. 4. Technology and the digital economy. China's Made in China 2025 plan focused on becoming a global leader in advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence, robotics, and 5G, all of which threatened the U.S.'s dominance in these fields.